Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 4 of our favorite guitar Riff-Masters of all time. We're giving some love to those guitar players who, during the course of their career, cranked out some serious riffs, memorable riffs, the ones we never forget, the ones we hum in our head, the ones we play air guitar to, the ones we crappy guitar players like to go and try and learn and get all proud when we are able to do that, right? These are some of the creators of the greatest riffs of all time. Again, could be any genre of music, right? Because riff masters not only permeate like heavy rock and metal, right? But you see good riff masters in pop and classic rock and maybe in punk and new wave and fusion and prog, right? You see riff masters everywhere. The key here is that they created riffs that you remember, that you always go back to, and that's generally what hooks you in the song is that riff. In most cases, it's like a little guitar sequence to open up a song and usually is repeated throughout the song, right? So we've got lots of great ones that I'm going to be talking about all month, and today is no exception. You know, this guy, I've already seen many people mention him in the comments for the first couple days of the show. This guy has a ton of them. You know, we've already talked about Iommi, we've already talked about Tony Borge, we've already talked about Richie Blackmore. You have to talk about the man, Jimmy Page, right? And this was really difficult trying to pick 3 from him as well, because he's got so many great ones. And I had like 6 or 7 that I was centering on, and I was like, all right, Mr. Pardo, you got to make a decision here. So I went with 2 that are very well known and 1 maybe not so well known, but I don't care because I love it. I think it's great. First of all, let's go with one of the more well known ones. You know, got to go with the Immigrant Song from Led Zeppelin 3. It's absolutely crushing. It's really interesting for this album, right? Because this is not a heavy album. This is not a hard rockin' album. You have like the Immigrant Song, which kicks things off, and you're thinking, oh my God, this is going to be Led Zeppelin's heaviest album ever. And then that pretty much does not continue throughout the album, other than Celebration Day, which is another great riff, by the way, and the bluesy Since I've Been Loving You. You get mostly acoustic stuff on this album, right? So here Jimmy's showing a totally different side of his playing, really for the first time across, 3/4 of an album, right? All this great acoustic guitar work and whatnot. But on the Immigrant Song, he brings home the metal in a big way, one of, the great heavy tracks of the early 70s, and just a sledgehammer Viking riff on that. So I had to go with the Immigrant Song, as well as I had to go with the great Black Dog from Led Zeppelin 4. What I really love about Black Dog is it's like this kind of serpentine riff that takes all sorts of forms and shapes, pops up throughout the song, right? And it goes backwards and forwards. It's just really, really cool. It's a total workout to play as well. Really, really fun. And I always love the production of this album, and I think that song just always sounds just spectacular because Page's riffs are just like all over the place, and to me it's a really, really inventive sequence to kind of kick off that song and to repeat throughout the song as well. So had to go with Black Dog. And then for my number 3, Tala loves this one. For my number 3, I had to go with a song off of Physical Graffiti. All right, this one right here. It's probably not the one you're thinking, which probably was going to be my number 4, because I often cite The Rover as my favorite Led Zeppelin song of all time, and I love the riff. However, my favorite riff from this album is from the Wanton song. I mean, it's so sledgehammer heavy and just absolutely crushing. It's like the Wanton song is like this. The riff is just, it's simple, but it's like so impactful. And you have Plant's high pitched wailing vocal on it. It's just makes it such a crushing heavy song, and I've always really, really been a fan of this particular song and the riff. Sometimes simplicity is okay in a riff, right? It doesn't. Not all great riffs have to be complicated. Sometimes just this repeating pattern, right, is just, it's so simple, but it's so powerful. And depending on the how it's produced and the type of guitar that's used and the amplification, right? If you have any effects on it, whatnot. But I think the Wanton Song is just such a just crushing pile driver of a riff, and it just amps the song up to 11, right? So those are my picks: the Wanton Song, Black Dog, and the Immigrant Song from Mr. Jimmy Page, the one used by Jimmy Page, like a relic from a different age. Ooh-wee. Anyway, you know what song that's from? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, let us know your guitar riff master for today, as well as your 3 favorite riffs from your guy or gal. And let us know what you think of Mr. Jimmy Page. And if you want to play along, pick your 3 favorite riffs from Jimmy Page in the comments below. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave as well. We also have the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page. So thank you for investigating that and making a contribution. And we'll see you tomorrow with another great riff master of all time and my 3 favorite riffs from that person. And like I said, we're going to be, for the next couple days, we're going to be pretty light on content because I do have to step away from the office for a couple days. And but I'll be back on Friday morning with Martin and everything else that comes after that. So, but yeah, you'll have these guitar videos here every day to keep you guys busy. And like I said, I hope to get at least 1 new album review, possibly 2, before I got to split. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Definitely 1 you're going to get, at least, if nothing else. And I'll just play catch up next week on Wednesday for new album review days. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. Stay tuned for another episode of our favorite guitar riff masters of all time. But don't forget, we've got the In the Prog Seat episode coming up tonight. So stay tuned for that and a whole lot more. I am Pete Pardo. Take care. Bye-bye.